They have a gift shop there. Actually, there's about 3 gift shops around the place. None of them have got much to in the line of gifts, but they're there if you want to buy something. They have a bowling alley with 12 lanes. Can you imagine? It's hard to believe. They have cricket. They have a gymnasium where they play basketball. They have bingo on Saturday nights with $400 prize at the end. They've got a beautiful cafeteria and a fine French restaurant with $30 dinners. We did not go there, but other people have gone and said the meal was wonderful. And they've got a movie theater from 1941 that is really this huge theater, like used to be in the olden days with the balcony in back, you know. And the seats are still the same, and every once in a while you sit down in one seat and you'll go down to the bottom almost, and they've been repairing some of them. And our wonderful quarters. Oh my goodness, the room is just wonderful. We got the officers' quarters. It was recently all redone. New carpeted, all new furniture, new television, refrigerators, new sheets, new blankets, new spreads, new curtains, new sinks, new toilets, new showers. It's just unbelievable. It has a sitting front room and then the bedroom and the bath. And we were pleasantly surprised. I knew that it would be nice quarters if it was, officers' quarters, but I never expected everything redone from top to bottom. We have a doctor on duty here who used to be a heart surgeon, and he's at the clinic here, and he only came out here for a short time. They're looking for a permanent one, and he's just doing this, and he has an operating room, and he spoke to us, and he said all we have to worry about is the Mr. Centipede he could get in your shoes, and jellyfish things. He says that's the only things he gets called on. And of course people fall down and break arms and stuff like that, but that happens any place in the world. The water is 65 degrees. It's absolutely gorgeous. Clear green and then the blues. But I'm not going to go in. It's 65 and it's cold. I'm all for 85-degree water. We saw 2 Hawaiian seals. One was huge, dark gray, and one smaller one, dark brown. They were on the beach, and actually they were on the old seaplane ramp, and it looks like, if you can imagine, tearing out the carpeting in your house, and you got a big roll of carpeting, and it's kind of wet, and then you just throw it down the ground there. That's what they look. They look like 2 fat rolls of old wet carpeting. And we saw sea turtles. And one night we saw the film, The Goonie Birds of Midway, and oh God, it was so great. We laughed so much. And that's what we have here. We have these Laysan albatross, and they're this huge black and white bird with the magnificent eyes, and it looks like she's got all eyeshadow. It's just perfect. Oh God, they look like beauty movie stars. And that's who's here, and they call them the Goonie birds. They're all mom and pops, and they're all trying to make love pacts. They're getting back together again. They stay together for life. To 40 to 60 years they're together, unless one of them gets killed or some way or another, and then the other one just goes and has to find somebody else. Now the birds are starting to walk from their nest. The babies, these little things, they're little. They have little nests. They dig a little round hole, and they set the baby in there. Well, Mama sits in there first with the eggs, and she builds up all the edges around it real nice, and then comes the egg, and then they sit there, and it takes a couple of months before the egg comes out. And then when the little one comes out, he's in there, and Mom and Pop go off to see sometimes they don't come back for 2-3 days. They're getting fish and food. Then they come back, and then they regurgitate what they have in their stomach into the baby's mouth, and this is how the baby lives and feeds on that. And then they stay here, and then they go out again to sea, and the baby's alone, and she just scrunches all up, into a little ball in that little nest that they're on the ground. They're all over. You got to walk all over there. You can't walk on the grass. You have to walk on the sidewalks or the roads, because these things are all over. And besides them, the petrels, are going into the ground building nests, and if you walk on the ground, your foot can go down 3 feet down. You can break a leg, You have to be very careful of where you walk around there, because it's very dangerous, and it's dangerous for the birds to have your foot going down on their chicks below.